This is Boomer Life on AM 650.
Welcome back. This is Boomer Life on AM 650. My name is Simone Graywell, and today we're focusing on cold and flu season and ways we can cure the common cold. In studio with me is Greg Semkouli, who is the sales manager at Enerex Botanicals, and we're also joined by Carol Crenna, who is a nutritionist and health journalist. We're talking about an amazing product called Black Oregano. Now, again, to recap, this is a product that has two main ingredients in it.
That's right. It's a combination of oil of oregano, which we are familiar with out there, great remedy for colds and flus, respiratory conditions and that type of thing. And now we're combining it with a product called black seed oil and putting these two products together. Both have great immune stimulating properties, a couple other things in there as well too. But it's a really, really unique combination to put these two together as a 1-2 knockout punch.
Now, on its own, what makes oil of oregano so potent and effective when it comes to the common cold?
Black oregano, like I said, it does have that long history to it. There are certain components in it that give it those immune stimulating properties. So some of the things that black seed oil has been known to do, and research done in the last number of years, is that it stimulates the red blood cell production. So this is part of our immune system as well. It also stimulates the production of interferon, and interferon is one of our components in our immune system that works to really combat viruses. Interferon works on the name interference, so it's interfering with the production of viruses and their ability to replicate and create havoc in our body that we don't really want. So it's a great means to be able to actually help with the production of those two chemicals.
So what are some other properties in black oregano outside of the black seed oil and oil of oregano?
Well, it's actually really great for even cancer treatment. There's one ingredient in black seed oil. It's called timoquinine, and they have not found that in any other plant on the planet yet.
Really?
Yes, and it's actually been patented for cancer treatment right now. So that's interesting. And obviously, cancer is involved with the immune system and vice versa. But the other ingredient is called crystalline nigellin, and that's for the respiratory system and the immune system. And those two together are, like Greg was saying, really pack a punch and are super powerful to help the immune system fight viruses and bacteria, allergies like asthma and diabetes and psoriasis. It's the black cumin or black seed oil. It's has 6 patents out there for everything from cancer treatment to diabetes, psoriasis, asthma, and flu and cold. So that's 6 different medical patents that the researchers are actually thinking that it's so important they've put a patent on it so that they can research it and no one else can.
And this product is unique to Enerex Botanicals, enerex.ca to get more information. And how did you come to kind of create a product like this? Because we've seen oil of oregano on the market, but how did this all come about and come together?
An interesting question. We were actually over in England about a year ago and doing a trade show over there and trying to promote our products, and we came across it more over there in England, and we thought, well, this is very interesting. We aren't as familiar with it over here in North America, but again, when you look at the history of that plant, much more known in the Middle East, much more known in Eastern Europe, and it just kind of piqued our interest. And then as we delved more into it, into the uses of it, mostly, again, for its immune system, but a lot also with its digestive properties. When you look at some of the uses, and I guess that's where it comes into the culinary use of it, is that for a lot of people, it's just part of their diet. They just add it. They're either cooking with it a little bit, or they're just always adding it to their diet for digestive relief and digestive issues as well, too. So that is also one of the other uses, and probably more common in that part of the world as well too, to be able to use that product in that regard. But it was interesting for us then to say, here you've got a combination or ability to combine these two great products into one, and it's just gone from there.
So should we be cooking with more oregano in our meals if this
Absolutely.
is kind of...
As a nutritionist, I can say that so many people just add a spice or an herb like oregano to their dishes to increase the flavor, but actually some of those different herbs have many different phytochemicals, which is those nutrients that have the taste and the green color, and those are the chemicals that fight disease. So just saying, well, should I add that herb today or should I not? Really just add it just because it has so many vital characteristics that you don't actually think about from other foods. And just like garlic and all those other types of herbs.
And that's what we were talking about earlier, the taste of black oregano. So it's different than that of just oil of oregano on its own.
It is. It does have almost a nutty flavor. It's not a nut itself, so anyone who does have a nut allergy doesn't have an issue that way, just to be clear there. But it kind of has that nuttiness flavor to it. So, but it is oil of oregano, so it is going to be very, very strong. You're going to get that tingly taste, but that's really shows you all the properties in that product to give you all those properties that you're looking for.
And it comes in drop form.
That's come.
So will most people use it simply by just putting the drops into their mouth? Would you want to dilute it? What is kind of the preference that you've seen?
It's kind of a mixture. Some people are able to take it just straight. You're really only taking a small amount of it. It is just one drop. There's a dropper in the bottle, and it's just going to be a drop. You can put it under the tongue, but even with that, it's quite strong. Even for me, as much as my youngster, it can take quite a bit more. We don't have it that way, but you can take it a number of different ways. The easiest way is to put it into a drop of honey. If you've got some nice honey, put it into a drop of honey, and then you can lick it that way. Others have tried it with bananas. Bananas have a strong flavor, so you can put it into there. Or in other culinary uses, if you're cooking, put a couple drops in there as well too. Probably once it's been not directly hot or as you're cooking it. But
any essential oil, you don't want it heated at all. So just at the end, if you've got some Italian dish that you want to have some oregano on, just drop or two, and it'll really enhance the flavor.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just joining us, this is Boomer Life on AM 650 with Simone Grewell, and today we're focusing on cold and flu season and ways we can cure the common cold. In studio, Greg Semkouli, sales manager at Enerex Botanicals, and Carol Krenna, who is a nutritionist and health journalist, and we're talking about an amazing product called black oregano. Now, Greg, you had mentioned that this is a product you need in your medicine cabinet. Have you personally used this product?
Absolutely. It's in at home, and as soon as that sign of the cold is coming on, it's like grab your oregano. So we do have our bottles around the house for sure.
And how about you, Carol?
Yes, I actually have used it for uses that you don't actually talk about here on the show, but even for gum issues, like if you've got a sore tooth and you think, well, what can help it before I get that cavity corrected by the dentist, you can actually put it on your gums and it helps to destroy the bacteria that shouldn't be there. So it's got a variety of uses, as Greg was mentioning earlier, actually, that if you've got a bee sting, you can put it on. And if you have any types of sore muscles and aches and even arthritic pain, you can actually rub it right on the skin, and it's very effective. It's got this warm, tingling type of a sensation, like Greg was saying, even on your skin.
So with chronic issues,
Yes.
different ways to obviously use it. And as a topical ointment?
Oh, that was what we were talking about as a topical
Yeah.
ointment.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
there, yes. Chronic issues, like I was talking about with these patents that say black seed oil, for example, it has the ability to kind of balance your blood sugar. So it's very important for diabetes. So it actually not only helps to prevent diabetes, but diabetic users, diabetic people are actually using it to help to balance the blood sugar. And asthma, they found that it actually helps asthma and all types of allergies and hay fever and even eczema. Again, rubbed on the surface or taken internally helps for those types of allergies.
Now, is this something you would consult a physician about before taking something like this?
Anytime, someone really has a serious issue or any issue, it's always good to check with your healthcare professional, whichever, person that may be. The product is readily available in your health food stores or pharmacies as well too. So, someone would be able to take it for common colds and flus and the aches and pains or bee stings. Those are things that, we shouldn't be burdening, I think, our medical system with. If you have a more serious condition, absolutely. That's where a medical professional comes into play, and you do want to check with them. There are certain groups of people that definitely you want to be cautious with. If you are pregnant, for example, this is something to check with your medical care practitioner or nursing, of course, as well too. Always, it's better to be safer than sorry that way. But you have to remember too, both of these products, the oil of oregano and black cumin seed oil, together now in black oregano, have such a long history of use, thousands of years, as I mentioned earlier, going back to the ancient Egyptians. So, there isn't necessarily a toxicity to it. If someone took a whole bottle, absolutely, then you'd be getting into trouble. But really, I think if anyone was able to take a whole bottle, they wouldn't have any. It'd be pretty strong. It is that strong flavor. And that is, when you've got a bug, the flu, we know today. Again, I hear, perhaps Carol, you do too, and yourself, you have the experience that people are just saying these colds, the flus, they're getting stronger and stronger. It's taking longer for me to shake it off.
To fight it.
Yeah, that was like 3 weeks ago. Well, that was now 6 weeks ago, and it's just constantly hanging on. So I think in the natural world, in the natural order of things, when you have something like oil of oregano that has a natural means to fight a bug like the cold virus or the flu virus or infections as well too. Oil of oregano is something that has a lot of documentation against staph infections, against Pseudomonas, which is respiratory conditions, bronchitis, all these really nasty bacterial bugs. Has a great means to do it. So nature has its means to be able to naturally counteract the effect that it's getting by making us sick, being able to provide us with something else to get us better. And that's where these two products really come in handy that way. So
you mentioned it's available in drugstores, so where can we pick up the black oregano?
We have a number of different independent pharmacies that carry the products, the Enerex products. So some of the PharmaSave locations, some of the Pure pharmacies carry it as well too. So you can check there. If they don't carry it, they can certainly get in touch with us or give us a shout and we'll be able to get them set up.
Enerex.ca, again, is the website where you can get more information. Now, with people that have used this recently, how fast would you start to see or feel the results of this? Like, once you start using it, is there any kind of side effects known for this? I mean, it's fairly natural, but could you run into something?
No, I haven't heard of any side effects for either oil of oregano or black seed oil. And we actually use the word, just so we can verify, we use the word cumin seed oil. So that's another name for it, black cumin seed. But just to verify, we've never actually found side effects for either of these.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any documentation, or I've come across anything that way as well too. But as with anything, if you take way more than the limits that you should be taking, follow the directions on the bottle. You'll be fine with that. If you take outside of that, then like anything, if you take too much of any pharmaceutical or any herbal, a lot of herbals that way too, you want to be careful with that.
And use it in moderation.
Absolutely.
You're listening to Boomer Life on AM 650. My name is Simone Graywell, and we're focusing in on cold and flu seasons and ways we can cure the common cold. We'll be back. Stay with us right here on AM 650.
Canada's only weekly radio show dedicated to the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on AM 650.